regular this season. He won on his debut in Mugello and finished 11th overall.
Yeah, he's really impressive in Sachsenring as well, and another couple of races. That's why we're going to see him in the World Championship next year.
Third row of the grid, here is Fadila Aditama, first of the Indonesian riders on the grid. He's been a regular top 10 runner in his rookie campaign. He's also retired from 3 of the 4 races, so only 8 points on the board today.
Yeah, it is his first season in Asian Talent Cup action, but the home crowd certainly have a leading rider to cheer on in this race.
Yes, one of the best rising talents from Indonesia at present. He's been rewarded with a place in the Rookies Cup for the 2022 season, so he's already planning his next step on the road to MotoGP. Alongside him on the third row of the grid will be Hakum Denish and also Raykat Fadila. Further back down the order, the likes of Herjan Firdaus and also Sharyl Sharil and Azran Deo, who completes the 4th row. Also watch out for Ray Wakamatsu, who's starting down in P18. He's had 2 4th places in the opening 2 rounds. He's 8th in try to see plenty of position changes right from the start in this class in particular. We expect to see that classic pack racing. The main question is whether Furusato can continue to show the kind of pace that he has been able to show throughout this 2021 Asia Talent Cup so far. Of course, a long time ago now.
Yeah, it is a long time since the opening rounds of the year in Qatar, but at least for Furusato, he has been busy with his Red Bull Rookies performances as well. But a big task for him from that second row of the grid to maintain that 100%.
Over the course of this season, 2 of them have already moved up as far as Moto2. This is a good production line.
It is interesting with the Asian Talent Cup, a lot like the other Talent Cups as well. The first year, whenever you start these championships, there's always maybe 1 or 2 riders that look like they're going to be able to make that step. In Asian Talent Cup, Kaido Toba was the inaugural champion back in 2014. Of course, he's a Grand Prix winner since then. Then as the years progressed, we saw more and more quality riders coming through. If you think back to Red Bull 2017, that's when Dennis Onchu came on the scene in Asian Talent Cup, Chan Onchu as well. Of course, both of them able to have good results in the Grand Prix paddock and the Super Sport paddock in particular for Chan Onchu. We've seen Dennis Onchu on the podium in Grand Prix classes. Of course, Chan was able to win a Grand Prix as well on his debut. It does show that the Asian Talent Cup can help you find some talent and then nurture it onto the top stage.
A quick mention for anyone watching from back in Europe, a couple of riders who might be considered familiar faces. Mentioned Hakim Denish. He joined the European Talent Cup back in June. In fact, he's done most of his riding this summer over in Europe, so he will be a familiar face. And another, Sharyl Sharil, who managed to get in 2 European Talent Cup seasons during the curtailment, effectively, of the 2020 Asia Talent Cup. So a couple of familiar faces for those of you based back in Europe.
Yeah, and certainly it is interesting whenever we see some of the Asian Talent Cup riders move across to race in the European Talent Cup as well. It does show that for these riders, there's opportunities to be able to show their talents. Obviously, for a lot of these Asian riders, they want to get the chance to go race in Europe. The CEV paddock, obviously, a real opportunity for them to make a name for themselves. We've seen that in the last few years, even with the likes of Sho Nishimura, who won the championship back in 2019, and Billy Van Erde as well. He's been able to race in the European Championships and in the CEV Moto3 Junior World Championship, and indeed we even saw him in World Supersport this year as well.
And as far as the World Championship is concerned, it's very much Tayo Furusato who's the rider to watch for the future. He's set for his debut in the Moto3 World Championship with Honda Team Asia in 2022.
Yeah, certainly for Honda Team Asia, we've been able to see them bring through quite a few riders over the years, and there's a lot of pressure on Furusato to be able to really make that step. Obviously, we've seen Asian riders, Japanese riders over the last few years have good success. You think to even the likes of Sasaki, of course, as well, a former champion in the Asian Talent Cup and a regular in the Moto3 World Championship. This is the proving ground for riders from this region. You come from the Middle East, Asia, and down in Australia. This is where you get the opportunity to. They've also had another couple of practice sessions today as well.
Yes, there will be another qualifying tomorrow for what is round 4, which is Saturday afternoon's race and Sunday's race as well. We're at the halfway mark of this 2021 season, and half of the season is taking place just in 4 days over the course of this weekend in Indonesia.
Yeah, and in this morning's practice sessions, it was Furusato that led the way by a couple of tenths of a second. To keep an eye out on the number 15, the outside of the second row.
Furusato leads the championship, 100 points out of 100. Can he make a run over the course of the Indonesian round this weekend? Lights out on race 1 of 4 at the Mandalika International Circuit. And the immediate fast start is with Daniel Sharil, the pole sitter. Will watch out for Furusato, the number 15, cutting his way to try and claim the racing line in towards turn number 1. He's going to get squeezed up there between two bikes. Another tries to come round him. He jostles for position in the mid-pack. And this is exactly what we've been saying. We've got our championship leader further back down the grid than he's ever been before, and getting rather bullied in the run towards the first turn.
Yeah, it was making progress. It was Hamada that was diving down the inside with the yellow helmet on the number 8 machine, but Furusato able to dust him aside as we came through the next couple of corners. He's up there inside the top 5. Really good start up from Daniel Sharil from the pole position, able to convert that.
Yes, Furusato fighting his way back, as you say, up into 5th position. Danish is the next rider, so the next target, as it were, for him. Hakim Danish doing a great job off the line himself and moving up into P4. But it's Daniel Sharil who leads the way. Very tight, as you'd expect, among that lead group. Just a second covering the top 10 riders, and a faller towards the second half of the group as they make their way through. And that's always one of those perils of the early laps of Asia Talent Cup. But I have to say that the attrition hasn't been particularly high in this championship so far in 2021 over the course of the 2 weekends in Qatar. I think it might have been Hamada who we lost from that group. That's now confirmed on the screen. So Kanta Hamada who has fallen there on the right hand.
Yeah, and easily done down in towards turn 10. We saw in the running in the free practice sessions for Superbike and Supersport as well, there's a couple of areas in this track where it does get quite tight, and turn 10, the end of the lap here as well, and turn 15, there are areas where you can easily end up collecting another rider to make a small mistake.
Bad start to the weekend then for Kanta Hamada, who, as I said, on the grid, was one of the pre-season favourites for this championship. It's going to be a first non-scoring race of the season for him. 5th in the series standings. He was also 5th position on the grid, but that's all going to be for nothing now as he goes down on the opening lap of 16. These are effectively full-length races, the kind of race distance that those of you familiar with the World SBK paddock will used to be seeing for Supersport 300 as Hamada stalks his way away from the incident. This time we get to see it, and it's exactly as I suggested, a bit of bumping and boring there in towards turn 10.
Yeah, and it looks like he just might have gotten a bit of a punt from behind and helped into that exit, but for Hamada it's not going to make too much difference. He knows he's down and out, and he's got 3 races left for this weekend, or 3 races left for the season to be able to bounce back.
Yes, one by one though, each of these riders are going to be ruled out of championship contention because it's Furusato who looks as though he's well on his way towards the series lead. Our lead trio just jostling for position there, and it's Hongo, who was the race leader at the start of the previous sector, who's missed out there. I think missed the corner completely, frankly, just went to the outside line and got picked off. So Sharil, I think that was coming through, and Furusato's also up there now in the top position. Sharil. It's going to be single file through here, turns 11 and 12 in towards the final sector. Sharil chooses now down the inside into 12, catches Furusato by surprise. Opportunity for Furusato on the number 15 here to make a recovery in similar fashion as they come off 13 and 14. What about a lunge into turn 16, the slowest corner on the circuit? Daniel Sharil looking for his first race victory since his return to the Asia Talent Cup. He was last a winner in Thailand 2018. He's fighting for the lead here against Furusato, the championship leader, who goes soaring around the outside bravely. 2 turns to go, 16 and now 17. They come through the left-hander, and it's Furusato who once again leads. It is Taiyo Furusato of Japan to make it 5 wins out of 5, and the inaugural race victory at the Mandalika International Circuit goes to Taiyo Furusato. The first time this season that he's been off pole position, the first time he's ever been off pole position in the Asia Talent Cup, but he doesn't disappoint. He comes through to the front. He leads almost throughout. Daniel Sharil was disappointed with that, shaking his head, in his hands practically as he made his way back in towards turn number 1. Sharil's second best, but only by 2/10 of a second. That's 3 races in a row now where he's tried to give Furusato a real run for his money. Gamier with his 3rd podium finish of this 2021 campaign. Second time that he's finished in P3. Carter Thompson, an isolated 4th position in the end after late drama for Hakim Danish. So it does look as though